Bangladesh is one of the most densely populated countries on Earth, where more than 170 million people live in an area smaller than many U.S. states.
All right, shifting our focus now to other global news. An important India-Bangladesh border meeting is set to begin in New Delhi.
From streets locked in endless traffic to polluted rivers, devastating floods, and millions working in one of the world's biggest garment industries, life here is filled with incredible challenges. But how do so many people survive in a country under constant pressure? In this video, we're taking a closer look at the reality of life in Bangladesh and the struggles that shape everyday life. Bangladesh is one of the most crowded countries on Earth. Imagine trying to fit more than 170 million people into a country that's only about 148,000 square kilometers. That works out to more than 1,200 people per square kilometer, making Bangladesh one of the most densely populated nations in the world. In the capital city of Dhaka, the situation is even more extreme. Depending on the district, population density can exceed 20,000 to 40,000 people per square kilometer, with millions living side by side in a city struggling to keep up with its rapid growth. Every day, thousands more people move to Dhaka, hoping to find work, putting even more pressure on housing, roads, schools, hospitals, and public transport. Entire families often share a single small room, while narrow streets remain packed from sunrise until late at night. The demand for clean water, electricity, sanitation, and healthcare continues to rise faster than infrastructure can expand. Yet, despite these enormous challenges, Bangladesh has managed significant improvements in life expectancy, education, and poverty reduction over recent decades. But one question remains: how long can a country this crowded continue to cope before the pressure becomes too great? If there's one thing that defines daily life in Bangladesh's capital, it's the traffic. Dhaka is regularly ranked among the most congested cities in the world, where a journey of just 10 kilometers can take more than an hour during rush hour. The average traffic speed in some parts of the city has dropped to less than 7 kilometers per hour. That's actually slower than the average person can ride a bicycle. Every day, millions of cars, buses, motorcycles, rickshaws, and pedestrians compete for space on roads that simply weren't designed for a city of more than 20 million people. The constant gridlock doesn't just waste time, it costs the country's economy an estimated billions of dollars every year through lost productivity, wasted fuel, and delayed deliveries. Emergency vehicles often struggle to reach hospitals, while workers and students spend hours stuck in traffic instead of at their jobs or schools. Adding to the chaos, thousands of new vehicles enter the roads every year, making the problem even worse. The endless traffic also contributes to dangerous air pollution, with vehicle emissions mixing with dust from construction and factories. For many residents, sitting in traffic isn't just an inconvenience, it's a part of everyday life. And with Dhaka continuing to grow at a rapid pace, the biggest question is whether the city's infrastructure can ever catch up before congestion reaches a breaking point.
Okay. Basically, this is the same water. Okay, before the barrage and after the barrage.
Bangladesh is home to hundreds of rivers, but many of those flowing through and around the capital have become heavily polluted. Rivers such as the Buriganga, Turag, Balu, and Shitalakshya have been contaminated for decades by untreated sewage, industrial waste, plastic, and chemicals. The country is one of the world's largest garment producers, with more than 4,000 garment factories, along with thousands of leather, dyeing, and textile facilities. While their government claims environmental regulations have strengthened in recent years, illegal dumping and inadequate wastewater treatment remain serious challenges in most areas. Dhaka alone generates thousands of tons of solid waste every day, and not all of it is collected or properly disposed of. As a result, plastic bags, bottles, food waste, and other garbage often end up in drains and rivers, especially during the rainy season. These clogged waterways increase the risk of flooding and create ideal breeding grounds for mosquitoes and harmful bacteria. In some stretches of the Buriganga River, the water can appear almost black and emit a strong odor because of the high concentration of pollutants. Millions of people still rely on these rivers for transportation, fishing, or livelihoods, despite the environmental damage. Cleaning up Bangladesh's rivers has become one of the country's biggest environmental challenges, with authorities investing in treatment plants, stricter enforcement, and river restoration projects. But with rapid urban growth and millions of people producing waste every day, the question remains: can Bangladesh restore its rivers before the damage becomes irreversible?
51 people are dead in Bangladesh following days of heavy rains, floods, and landslides.
Every year, Bangladesh faces one of the world's toughest battles against nature. Located on the massive Ganges-Brahmaputra-Meghna River Delta, nearly 80% of the country is made up of floodplains, making it extremely vulnerable to flooding. During the monsoon season, heavy rainfall and overflowing rivers can submerge up to 1/3 of the country in a typical year. And in severe floods, more than 60% of the land can end up underwater. Millions of people are affected annually as homes, schools, roads, bridges, and crops disappear beneath floodwaters. Entire villages can become isolated for weeks, forcing families to rely on boats for food, clean water, and medical supplies. Flooding also contaminates drinking water with sewage, increasing the risk of diseases such as cholera and diarrhea. Beyond seasonal floods, Bangladesh is also highly exposed to powerful cyclones from the Bay of Bengal, bringing destructive winds, storm surges, and widespread damage to coastal communities. Climate change is expected to make these hazards more severe by increasing extreme rainfall and contributing to rising sea levels, which can worsen coastal flooding and saltwater intrusion into farmland. For many farming families, repeated floods mean losing their crops, livestock, and income year after year, trapping them in a cycle of rebuilding and recovery. Despite major investments in cyclone shelters, flood warning systems, and embankments that have saved countless lives, Bangladesh remains on the front line of climate-related disasters. For millions of people, the next flood isn't a question of if, it's a question of when. Bangladesh has become a global powerhouse in clothing manufacturing, producing garments for many of the world's biggest fashion brands. The industry employs around 4 million workers, the majority of them women, and accounts for more than 80% of the country's export earnings. Every year, billions of dollars worth of clothing leave Bangladesh for stores across Europe, North America, and beyond. But behind this economic success lies a much more difficult reality for many workers. Long working hours, tight production deadlines, and low wages have been persistent concerns in parts of the industry. One of the darkest moments came in 2013 when the Rana Plaza factory building collapsed, killing more than 1,100 people and injuring over 2,500 others, making it one of the deadliest industrial disasters in modern history. The tragedy exposed serious problems with factory safety and led to major international pressure for reform. Since then, thousands of factories have undergone safety inspections. Many unsafe buildings have been repaired or closed, and workplace standards have improved significantly. Even so, labor groups continue to raise concerns about wages, working conditions, and workers' rights in some factories. At the same time, the global fashion industry depends heavily on Bangladesh because of its ability to produce affordable clothing at an enormous scale. This creates a difficult balance. The garment sector has lifted millions of people out of poverty and fueled the country's economic growth. Yet it continues to face pressure to improve conditions while staying competitive in the global market. Bangladesh is a country of contrasts. Their story is far more complex than most people realize, and the country's future will depend on how it manages these growing pressures. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.